Hi guys, just a quick video. We're going to go over negativity in today's module. So look at quick recap so far, just kind of bring us back up to speed. We're after covering setting your goal, making yourself accountable, and then committing to your actual goal or goals. Very important, obviously. We're after covering motivation, and essential that you actually do actions, not just on your goals, but just in general, because that's how you manifest energy. You make energy by doing stuff. If you remember, motivate is a verb word, and that also helps your morale. We covered help, to actually ask for help or get help in areas where you're maybe slow or you might be succeeding and also to give help, and to give absolute full help, unconditional help, so that you feel better and the person also feels better and everybody enjoys that. The other thing was backlogs again, is writing down all your backlogs and actually handling the really important ones first. And are usually things you don't want to handle, or you back off on handling, and whether it's people or whether it's paperwork or whether it's a particular thing in work or at home. It's just get into it and you'll feel so much better, particularly when you actually complete the backlog, and that's the important thing, is to get it done. So today, negativity, another big one. There's a lot of negativity always in the news. It doesn't matter whether it's COVID or vaccinations or whatever. There's always kind of bad media there, and it's vital that you don't take in too much. It's okay to know what's going on. Well, this is my philosophy: know what's going on and be aware of what's going on, but don't overindulge in the media. But more importantly is that negative people can really affect you in your life, and you might notice it, but it can affect your morale and your general well-being and your general tone. So usually if you're with good people, usually you'll feel better after being with those people or engaging with them. If you're with a negative person or negative groups, you won't feel great. You might feel a sap in your physical energy. Your mental energy might be drained, or even spiritually you might be less light than you were initially when you went into them. So one of the key ways you can spot negative people is actually, do they leave you feeling worse or better? So a negative person will generally give you a problem and not give you a solution, or give you some information, and it's like, what do you do with that? So like, what's the point in that? Like, social people and just want to actually make people feel better all the time. So that's when we're communicating, we're giving out positive information and so on and so forth. Negative people, they may not realize it, or they may realize it, can make you feel shit and worse and so on. So that's one way. If there's people that make you feel worse, they're a negative person. Simple as that. Now, it's not that you can't handle them. Of course you can. More times than that, you can actually handle them. And one of the ways is if they actually have something negative to say, or if there's a problem, and it might be a genuine problem, is that they give you the actual genuine issue, but also suggestions on what you can actually do. So it isn't just dumping something on you type of thing. Is actually doing a workout and thinking through. Because if put it for example, if you were giving information yourself to somebody else, are you just going to dump something on them and walk away, or are you going to maybe confront saying something that maybe they're not going to like hearing, but you'd actually say, well, but look, there's always this way, or maybe we can look at it this way, and so on and so forth. That's what a social personality does. So if somebody dumps stuff on you and gives you stuff, or gives you something that doesn't really belong with you, or gives it in such a way that doesn't actually allow you to actually do something positive about it, you've got a negative person. And if you can't handle that particular person, I'm sorry, you've got to actually eliminate the contact with them in as much as possible. Or that if you have to communicate with them, is that you stay in control, that you've isolated them as a negative person, you know they're a negative person, and you've actually deal with that appropriately. So you don't get into stuff with them. You make sure you're in control all the time. So it's vital for your morale, because there's nothing worse than somebody sapping your energy. And it's like stealing, isn't it? It's like, that's your intellectual property, how you're feeling, how you're doing, and you know what projects you're working on. And if somebody actually sticks a needle and bursts your balloon some way, shape or form, it's sorry, that's your own property. They shouldn't be actually interfering with you. That's not the game in town for anybody. We don't do that to others, and they shouldn't do it to us. So make sure you're around positive people. Make sure you're taking a limited amount of actual media, negative media, and so that you actually feel better, and get with people who are positive, who are engaging, who have got your interests at heart, who actually lift you and inspire you and uplift you. It's absolutely vital to your survival, particularly in these times. So even if people are telling you to take it easy or slow down, or you know, it's like, no, the times we're in now, you've got to speed up. This is the whole idea of this challenge. It's actually, you've got to work your way into a better situation, whether it's financially, whether it's family wise, whether it's work wise, whatever. You've got to be working hard and keep your head down, and in order to do that, the last thing you need is negative people around you. So make sure you spot anybody that's negative. It's good, even go through your phone book in your phone and go through the names, and you'll actually see, you know, when you see the different names, is there anybody there that kind of goes, you feel a little bit, oh God, you know, you don't particularly like them there. It's not exactly the person you'd be calling, particularly if you needed help. That's a really good indication. You can look through emails, or you know, just think about, look at people around you, and you can actually just kind of evaluate them, and be harsh, because we are very social people. We always give people the benefit of the doubt, but instinctively and deep down, you know, is that person a good person? Are they out for me? Do they want me to succeed and win? Do they want me to do well? And if they do, and most people do, fantastic. But there are people in your network who are negative and who are tugging at you, and they may not do it to your face. It could be behind your back. You know, God knows, you know better than anybody else, because the people that you have around you. Well, then I'm sorry, you got to deal with them head on. And again, you can use a sense of humour, and you can, you know, to deal with them and appropriately, in whatever way you do it. The main thing is you do it. Okie dokie. So that will also help you to get motivated and release you, because the people you surround yourself with, it is true. It's an energy thing. They feed off you, you feed off them. So the better quality people you're with and around, the better you will actually do yourself. Okie dokie, rock and roll from Dublin Mountains here today. See you soon.